Afternoon, Adrian here again. This is just the final for the assessment 3 of operational improvement, and just the 5 key learnings and 5 biggest things I'm going to take away from this unit. Just for context, this is my second of 4 units with AIM and doing my graduate certificate of project management. This is the unit of most interest to me of operational improvement, and it is my first time doing any formal education since leaving school in 2008, which I only did year 10. Overall, I absolutely love the unit. I love the context. I love learning about all the different methodologies involved in operational improvement. It's by far something that I still need to learn a lot more on. I do want to learn a lot more on. It's just whether or not I can find the more time while still doing other study to learn more of it. It's going to be a skill that I'll have to learn over the next few years, and will never stop learning about it. It'll always continue in my life, that's for sure. Dr. Mo, you have provided a huge amount of context. Not only was your context relevant to everything, it was coherent, well organised, easy to understand. You were extremely well versed in your field, and you provided responses to questions for everyone throughout your Zoom sessions. And it was just delightful. It was awesome. Thank you. The 5 things I drastically wanted to learn and did learn are depicted here. Strategic planning, the introduction of automation, process design and redesigns, the impact of people, and I guess the impact that changes have to people, and operational performance. Learning number 1 for me is plan is not a strategy. There was a video very early on in topic 1 from the Harvard Business Review, and it is strategic planning is just planning. It's just an adoption. People have just put in strategy in front of it. Need to separate them again, and people need to reevaluate. It's not anything to do with strategy. It is just planning. But in that said, introducing a form of improvement projects, they need to have people that have the appropriate skill and experience. That has been shown to me before. Previously worked for another company in Brisbane, and they were promoting people just on years of service, no experience, no qualifications, nothing. I had one supervisor in Brisbane at that job. She was in charge of about 35 people every day. No operational qualifications whatsoever. She was managing trades group, service group, but she was an accountant. It was not run very well. It did not work. That portion of that company lost a lot of money very quickly, and it just failed very fast. Getting people involved in a project is key, but not just getting them involved, it's getting the right people with the right understanding involved is key for the success of any operational improvement. That for me is critical. I work now at a company where we're across 3 different mine sites. There's just under 3,000 people inducted on site between employees and contractors. You could go and pick any one of those people and have them involved in an operational improvement practice, but whether or not they're the right person and have relevant skill and understanding of that area would be detrimental to the improvement opportunity. Number 2 would be the adoption of automation. I've grown up as my parents owned a computer store for 20 years. I've grown up with technology, been around it my whole life. And it is still now, it's changing, it is becoming an ever increasing way of life, but even more so into operational improvement. It has to be used, it's not going away, it's always going to be there. It can help us by capturing data and using that data to help supply chain get information of what's needed, can change what supplies we use, various other things and methods from there. Process design and redesign. Again, employee involvement is vital and is key for this. People have to be willing and have to accept that the process is going to change. If there's no acceptance or little acceptance, the operational improvement process probably will not work. It won't be successful, and then the partial adoption from some, and then will cause even the old method to not work, creating even more of an issue. That's why the Kaizen method, I would see, would be beneficial in most cases. And how that they're small incremental changes are vital in operational improvements, and their continuous changes would work the best. Learning number 4 for me would be the impact of people. People strive on being recognized for doing a good job. They want to be told they're doing a good job. So recognition of a operational improvement success, even the small successes, would be vital for the ongoing of operational improvements. The people's affect the adoption of both processes and technology. They have to be accepting of these changes. If they're not, again, in the same as that last learning, number 3, partial adoption won't work. It will fail. It will cause further fails. Training opportunities would need to be provided. When someone has further training, they feel like their sense of belonging, the company is investing in them because they want that person to stay. That's vital, even despite having more lucrative job offers coming from around. People want that sense of belonging. And then it comes down to, as well, the correct leadership team. Managers have to be there. They have to know what they're talking about. They have to engage with employees and staff members and other workers, not just there to distribute the workloads or tell someone to go and move a box from A to B. They have to be part of the team, and I have to enforce leadership and loyalty and trust and help the team grow. Number 5 is operational performance. Not only is it the right thing in the right place at the right time for me, but I see that it is the right person doing the right job within the right time frame. Currently, where I am, we don't have the correct person in an engineering department. The turnaround on data being given back to us is 1, not only incorrect, but 2, it is not coming in timely manner. It's very slow, drawn out process. It doesn't need to be. There's enough people up there for him to lean on and ask questions for, so he can increase his speed and how to do it correctly. So that is vital. The other would be using the site, like proven data on operational improvements, to get management out of that old school mentality of this is the way we've always done a project. There just needs to be that shift in operations in order for operations to increase both in performance and in efficiencies. And that's all from me. Again, thank you so much for your course, Mo. I greatly enjoyed it, and I hope I'll see you again on another course.